Thanks.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Board of Directors agenda meeting for April 30th, 2024. This is our opportunity to review the agenda for our formal board meeting that will be held on May 6, 2024. We'll start this meeting with a recognition of Little Rock Christian Academy boys basketball team, which are the 4A state champions. I'll ask the Vice Mayor Webb join me to the podium, as well as the 4A state champions. And Director Hines. Members of the City Board, Vice Mayor Webb, and Ward 5 City Director Lance Hine stand beside me alongside each of you as we recognize the 4A state champions, the Little Rock Christian Academy boys basketball team, led by head coach Pennington, who's here as well online. We know he just recently transitioned to Bentonville High School. We want to recognize also Coach Blocker, who's with us today. We are really excited to be in the state capital city to not only have the 4A, but also the 6A champions, 4A being Little Rock Christian Academy, 6A being Little Rock Central, both boys and girls. It truly shows how our city is taking things to higher heights with basketball. We wanted to be fitting today. I've had the opportunity to visit with Dr. Justin Smith, the headmaster of Little Rock Christian Academy, to share congratulations, but we wanted to take this time to share with our youth and our young adults how proud we are of them. We'll now, before we present this plaque, we'll ask Coach Blocker to give a few words. Coach Pennington may be here online. He can talk. So we'll go to Coach Pennington first before we go to Coach Blocker.
Yes, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, your team members, they already smiling that they heard your voice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. For some reason, it won't let me do video. It says audio only. I don't know how to work this here, but just want to say how proud I am of this group of young men. Obviously, winning the state championship. Majority of this team won back-to-back state championships. It's very hard to do. The pressure and expectations that were on these young men all year long to perform and to perform at the highest level. I know that the coaching staff, we felt it, and we tried to kind of absorb as much of that as we could for these young men. We know that they felt it. And for them to be able to accomplish that feat speaks to them as a team and individually. Very proud of each of them. And obviously the team as a whole. J.J. Andrews was named the MVP of the state tournament. We have 7 seniors who are all going to college. We've got a few playing college athletics. Landry Blocker's going to Louisiana Tech. Jamil Wesley going to Henderson State. Trey Howard's going to Arkansas Tech to play football. We got some guys that are undecided with what they're going to do, but very proud of each of these young men, proud of our team and the thing we accomplished, and just representing Little Rock Christian and the Little Rock community with humility and honor, and just very proud to be a part of that.
Thank you so much, Coach. We'll now have Coach Blocker, and then after Coach Blocker, we'll ask that each student athlete come to the podium, state their name and the grade that they're in, and then we'll take the photo. Coach Blocker.
Thank you. At this time, I want to ask our senior, Corliss Williamson, say a few words, and the rest of the players to introduce themselves.
Everybody, Corliss Williamson Jr. here. Just want to say about this team this year, we really came together as a team, as a family, as brothers. We all had one goal in common. We ended up accomplishing that goal. That was end all be all. So, I'm proud of this team, proud of everybody on this team. I love everybody on this team. So, yeah.
All right, if each team member will start with Mr. Trey Howard. I think we for members of the city board, this is Director Kevin Howard's son.
My name is Trey Howard, and I'm a senior. But I'm going to play football at Arkansas Tech.
My name is Jamil Wesley II. I'm a senior. I'm going to play basketball at Henderson State.
Landry Blocker, I'm a senior, going to play basketball at Louisiana Tech.
Quillis Williamson Jr., I'm a senior. I'm undecided.
I'm Mitchell Morris, and I'm a junior.
I'm Whit Vines, and I'm a junior.
I'm JoJo Holloway. I'm a senior, and I'm going to John Brown.
I'm Caleb Hawkins. I'm a senior. I'm going to Oklahoma State.
I'm Joseph Atchison, and I'm a junior.
Colin Franks. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Luke Perone. I'm a junior.
JJ Andrews, I'm a sophomore.
Malcolm Morrison, I'm a freshman.
I'm a sophomore.
My name is Ty Shepard, and I'm a junior.
All right, we'll go ahead and we'll take this photo. I guess we'll just shift this way. Coach Block, if you'll stand beside me alongside Corliss Jr., CJ, and Mr. Howard. I want you to be right here by Director Hines. And where's Jamil? Yeah, I know both of y'all daddy, so come on right here. Now you should have went to party. Your daddy was at party.
I'm gonna get y'all to shift just a little bit so the podium won't be in the way.
Vice Mayor Webb, you'll get right here by Trey. Director Hines by Trey. All right. We got some other cameras over here. Do we need to move this? All right.
Thank y'all.
All right, members of the City Board, we got four modification on today's agenda. Staff is requesting to defer items 14 through 17, until May 21st due to notification issues. Members, are there any questions as it relates to items 1 through 11? Director Phillips?
Yes, Mayor. I'm excited about item number 7. I know I've received emails and text messages about traffic situation throughout the city. So can someone give us a presentation about the good work we're doing as it relates to number 7?
Director Honeywell. And while you're up there, if you also, just number 7. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. If you'll be brief, Director Honeywell, as I know members of the City Board have some places to be.
Certainly. So let me see, 7, we had 2 different ones that sort of related to this. So number 7 is adoption of the action plan that MetroPlan, which is our regional planning, transportation planning organization, as a region, all of the members of that organization got together and funded this safety action plan, which identified corridors and roads across the entire region that MetroPlan covers to identify those locations where we needed to do improvements, changes to those roads to make them safer for all travelers, both vehicular, bicycle, pedestrian, mass transit, all of that. So this plan identifies all of those. And it's also something that we need to have in place in order for us to apply for implementation grants of the plan, which we are in the process of doing right now. We will be submitting an application here in the next 2 weeks for federal funding to implement parts of this plan that are in Little Rock. And so once we have that finalized and put together, this is what y'all are helping us have the application ready for by voting on these resolutions. So it identified 5 corridors that we're going to be going for funding on.
And have we identified the 5 corridors?
Yes, sir. There's portions of University Avenue, Geyer Springs. There's an intersection at 12th and Woodrow, I believe. And I'm forgetting the other.
Chico, Geyer Springs,
Yeah.
Barrow.
John Barrow was the other big one. So all 5 of those locations there's going to be multiple different changes that will be made from lighting to improved pedestrian access, multiple different things that we're going to be implementing in that. So it's a $25 million grant that we'll be applying for.
Okay, so we're talking sidewalks, crosswalks.
Yes, it'll be a large cross-section of different things that we'll be proposing, depending on what's occurring in those different corridors.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you, Director Honeywell.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any questions on items 1 through 11?
Yes, Mayor. Yes.
If you'll, we'll get to you, but Director Hines, but if you let me make sure I'm looking at it right. Director Hines?
But it wouldn't work in a minute.
Yeah, Director Hines?
Okay. On items 3, 4, and 5, John, the right-of-way mowing, how many bidders do we have on it? I see the same company got all 3 bids.
Yes, these are actually extensions of existing contracts that we have. So we're exercising that third year of those contracts that we went into 2 years ago.
Okay,
and it just so happens that the one bidder got all 3 of those contracts originally when they were done.
Okay, and then when will this start? There's sections of the Rock Creek Parkway outside of where the tornado hit that are kind of becoming issues.
Sure. They should be mobilizing anytime because this is an extension of the existing contract. So you should see them working.
Right, so they should be trimmed because I don't think they ever hit it last year.
The area in Rock Creek.
The area west of where the tornado came across Rock Creek.
Okay, I'll look into that tomorrow.
I mean, on both sides, it's getting to where there's limbs out in the roadway and when you're on the south side westbound lane, and the same deal on the north side eastbound lane.
Okay.
All right.
I'll make sure we get that prioritized.
Director Adcock?
Yes, also on item, Mr. Honeywell, also on item 3, 4, and 5. I noticed that we've gone to this now. This is our 2nd year. Are we saving on employees' costs? Or what is the reason that we have decided to do this? Are we saving on equipment? Are we saving on employees?
Part of it is, to a degree, yes. It's cheaper for us to, in some instances, hire a contractor that has their own equipment, can work on their time frames outside of what we're able to do with our own crews and time. So, and it also allows us to do that much more frequently as well. That's another big factor in us deciding to use contract work to help us do this right-of-way maintenance. We felt like several years ago when we entered into these contracts, we weren't able to address these right-of-way locations to our satisfaction, to y'all's satisfaction, because y'all contacted us frequently about the condition of some of these locations. So we're using these contractors to help us get to those locations more often through the growing season to try to keep them looking in a better condition than we were able to do just with our own crews.
Well, when we started this, it was kind of slow getting off, but the last year they have done a great job out University Avenue.
Great.
And I look forward to removing the weeds in the concrete mediums.
Yes, ma'am. And I sent you an email about that today, and hopefully we get that contract finalized and get them mobilized as soon as possible, because there's some of them that are getting pretty tall right now.
That really is looking junky.
Yes, ma'am. I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Hines, your hand still up for anything? All right, Director, members of the board, any questions on items 12 through 18 with the understanding that item 12 is the item that Director Hines asked to be brought back for reconsideration. 13 is the item that Vice Mayor Webb asked to be brought back for reconsideration. Item 18 is for the issuance of water reclamation system revenue bonds. As you all know, due to the timing of the public hearing, which is to be held on May 7th, 2024, the ordinance will be held on a second reading. Just to recap, May 6th, we'll have our city board meeting. We know the reason why we're doing that. But Chief Deputy Attorney Lynette will have an actual hearing on May 7th here in Little Rock, but we will do 2 readings on May 6th. And then the following Tuesday, we'll have a special call meeting to have the 3rd meeting. If you don't understand that, just ask me later, and I'll explain it to you. All right. Any other questions on 12 through 18? Director Hines?
Can I ask now? That?
You can if you want.
Just to be clear, so on May 14th, the agenda meeting will have a special call meeting so we can vote on number 18, which is the bonds.
Correct.
Got it. Thank you, Mayor.
Director Hines?
Mayor, and just for fellow board members, I asked for reconsideration on item 12. It was brought to my attention after this that this is the existing permit holder that had a different location. Met with them after this. Their representative didn't realize I'd put it on separate items and didn't have a chance to speak at our meeting. And so this is not a additional fireworks stand. It's one that's already existing. They're moving different location. It'll offer a little better ingress, egress at the location it's at, and they're going to do improvements to the parking lot. So I'm very comfortable with allowing that to go forward. They're going to abandon their permit at the other location, so there won't be 2 out there, just the same one that's already existed. Thank you.
All right. Any more questions of items 12 through 18? Any questions from the city board before we go into adjournment? Any questions from the city board before we go into adjournment? Any questions from the city board before we go to adjournment? Meeting adjourned.